This is Crow Magnet. It's been a while since I posted a video, guys. I guess it's been about 3 months. The last one that I posted was right before the release of Madden 12. And as you can see here, I am playing Madden 12, the full version. I didn't buy it. I rented it because I wanted to just try it out for myself. And as far as my assessments about the game, I'm not going to go into a full drawn out review about this game because all you guys, y'all know what it's all about. But just briefly, all I have to say that this game has just turned a corner. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's the most. That's all I can really say about it. That's all I can really say about it. But at any rate, let me just get to what this video here is really all about. Why I was compelled to post this video is that I just got some dismal news about Natural Emotions canceling their full 11-on-11 football video game, Backbreaker. It's over. There will not be a sequel to Backbreaker. There will not be a Backbreaker 2. Something I was really anticipating next summer, 2012, and it's gone. There will be no more. There will not be a Backbreaker 2. It's very disappointing, very disheartening for me. I'm sure as it was for a lot of you other guys out there that learned about it. A lot of potential. That system, that Euphoria engine had so much potential. I was looking forward to seeing the next maturation level of that engine with a little bit more fundamentals implemented to the game. Backbreaker 2 would have been phenomenal. I would have been done. I would have been totally done with Madden. But at any rate, I just want to take a stab at it as far as what's really going on, as far as these unlicensed football video games that have come out and not really a sequel to follow. As you all know that, we've all been imploring for 2K Sports to make another All-Pro football game, and they just haven't done it. People have been frustrated. They've been posting videos over and over, even myself, that they haven't done anything in such a long time. We haven't heard anything from them in a long time. Well, there's a reason behind that. 2K is a viable company, and they know what is best for them to survive. Like any company, whether they're selling software, hardware, anything, they all go by the same platform, and they all have the same goals. And what the goals are is, of course, customer satisfaction and generating revenue. Those are the two main goals. As far as generating revenue, what I'm talking about is what is called operating margin. That is what determines how profitable a company is. After all the raw materials, vendor cost, overhead, wages, etc., after all that's been paid off, then what is left over is what the company puts in the bank pre-tax. Every company, they create like a financial matrix or a model, and they do a forecast to ensure that if it's feasible to create product A. Okay? Now 2K, they're already a small company as it is. They used to make 6 different sports games. Now they're just hanging on by a thread with just 3. They cannot risk, okay? They cannot risk making another All-Pro 2K game, sell it for $50 or $60 a pop, and only sell 200 or 300 copies. That's just not feasible. The income would outweigh the outcome, is pretty much what I'm saying. And there's too small of a market for a generic football video game. It's just too small. We now live in an era where we want the real thing. 2K can, 2K they can only go so far legally creating a generic football video game with look-alike NFL teams and players. So this is not the 80s anymore. Okay, that was big back then. Generic sports video games, that was huge back then. But this is not the 80s anymore. And 2K, they're not budging. They're not going to budge. They want the license back. Think back. Go back to 2004. What was it? It was when all those other developers had canceled their NFL franchise. They all did it in the same year. Quarterback Club, Fever, Game Day, all of them bellied up. All of them. And it happened because they weren't getting enough sales in addition to poor quality. Now 2K, for different reasons, 2K was probably in the same boat with all those other companies in terms of not enough sales, but they didn't want to fold. They wanted to stick it out and compete against EA, because EA controlled pretty much the entire market. So what 2K did is that they had to come up with a strategy. And what did they do? They sold their game for 2K5 for $20 a piece, and they released it before Madden 05 came out. Market sharing. That's what 2K was trying to do that year. They were trying to gain more market sharing. Little that we all knew that it bit them in the ass. Now look where they're at. Unfortunately. So, and if or when NFL 2K does return, or even if they come out with another generic game, which I highly doubt. It's just not, the market's too small for that. But if or when they do return, they're going to need our help. Their biggest challenge is not going to be competing against EA. That's too easy. Their biggest challenge is going to be sales. They need more sales. So when NFL 2K does come back, I'm going to buy 2 copies. One for myself, and then another one, get another one to a friend of mine or something like that. Sell it to him for $20 or $30, something like that. I advise you guys to all do the same. 2K needs the sales. That's what they need. Period. We want them to survive. Well, that's my take on it. I'm not a businessman, but I've been involved with different, actually I'm an engineer, but I've been involved with different projects where big executive decisions have been made on different projects that have been successful, projects that have failed because of too expensive, not enough resources, not enough demand, etc. Just anything. 2K is no different. They make decisions like that too. If there's a bright side to all this, since now we're just left with just EA making a football game in the foreseeable future, if there's a bright side to all this, EA, they did hire, I just learned that they did hire a couple guys from Operation Sports to help on their football programs. And that's a big plus. You got to admit that is a big plus. You take it for whatever it's worth. One thing for a fact is that EA, they are putting forth effort to try to improve their football franchises. And those guys that they did hire from Operation Sports, they heavily favor simulation style. That's why I think it's a good thing. But I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to go through that. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, well, next year is going to be the shit. I'm not going to go through all that. I'm going to just wait and see. I'm going to just keep quiet. I'm not going to hype it up or nothing like that. I'm going to just wait and see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Again, bad news, sad news. No more backbreaker, no more Euphoria Engine. It's just done. So we just have to see what EA does. This is Carl Madden. I'm out. Peace.